Welcome back, my name is Onako, and Deathloop preview, it isn't a roguelike, it's a supernatural Hitman. IGN, let's take a look at it. Let's take a look.
The concept of a time loop has become synonymous with one thing in video games, the roguelike genre. It's an easy association to make. Should you die in those games, you're sent right back to the beginning and must start afresh. You use the lessons taught by Death to avoid danger next time, exactly like Tom Cruise does in The Edge of Tomorrow. But Arcane is a developer that never takes the obvious path, and so its time loop game, Deathloop, is not a roguelike. Instead, it's supernatural Hitman.
Oh, it's written.
A recent preview event
Nothing wrong with anything written, I just like when people come at it
in which
raw.
IGN was shown a hands-off gameplay presentation allowed me to get a better understanding of how Deathloop works. You have one single day to assassinate 8 targets, known as the Visionaries, that live on the 1960s
They're known as the Visionaries.
inspired Isle of Blackreef. Killing them all within that single day will break the loop and free your protagonist, Colt, from eternal torture. It's easy to expect Blackreef to be an open world with a flowing day-night cycle, akin to Outer Wilds' freely explorable solar system and its 20-minute loops. Instead, the island is split up into 4 districts, selected from a main menu, much like how you'd pick a Hitman level. You even choose your equipment before heading into the location,
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. Okay.
just as you would for Agent 47. There's an added wrinkle though. You also select what time period to explore the district in, either morning, noon, afternoon, or evening. Rather than putting you on the clock, time is a condition that you choose, akin to deciding day or night when setting up a race in a driving game. These time periods change what you can expect within the district. Mornings in the Updam district, an area dominated by a towering mansion, feature construction workers putting together a stage. Visit Updam in the evening though, and there's a party in full swing. These changes and the varying opportunities they provide mean that there are 16 map variations to explore. Exploration seems to be the most pressing part of Deathloop. Much like in Hitman, investigating every square inch of a location will reveal new opportunities to take advantage of.
Okay, so basically, speedrunners are going to have a field day with figuring out strats for this. But also, this is going to make playstyles very, very cool, unique, and give you a lot of options to do. This sounds really, really fun, I'm not going to lie.
But unlike Hitman, locations are not self-contained stories. The
I don't think you should compare something straight to another game. Like, of course, I do it in a very joking manner, but it's its own thing, regardless of if you want to call it a supernatural Hitman.
you may find may not be useful until
Because you pick loot and then go into pick gear and then go into a certain zone and then complete. Like here, it's like, but he goes on multiple missions. And it's just like, I don't like trying to compare
or simply
everything.
inform what you must do
Everything is connected,
in an
but
entirely different location. These discoveries help piece together what
it's about individuality.
Arcane simply inform what you must do in an entirely different location. These discoveries help piece together what Arcane refers to as the murder puzzle. To solve the puzzle, you'll first need to identify which of Blackreef's many masked inhabitants are the Visionaries you must eliminate. Then you must work out how to kill all of your targets in one day. At the start of the game, they're just too spread out across the 16 map variations to be able to kill all 8 before you run out of time. You can't be in 2 places at once after all. As such, you're going to have to explore every district at every time of day on multiple doomed to fail loops, all to gain an understanding of how you can shepherd your targets together and butcher them simultaneously. Arcane's example is that you may discover in the morning in one district that you can set things in motion to ensure a Visionary will attend that party in Updam in the evening, where another of your targets will already be in attendance.
Okay, I'm not even gonna lie, it's a bit sounding like, but this could be me just overdoing it, because of course they would have already thought about this probably 100 times over. But is the whole point you're gonna have to get them all to attend the same party and kill them all at the same party? That would be very unlikely, because I mean, if they all end up at the same party, wouldn't they question that? Maybe I'm thinking about it too hard, but maybe not.
They say 2 birds, 1 stone. Apply this mission to all 8
It seems like you're gonna have to get them to like the center of the map. How are you gonna kill all? The day and night cycle must go very slow, or the day cycle must go very slow, because how are you gonna reach all 8?
Visionaries, and you can
no matter all the pieces you unlock, they're gonna have to be fairly close to each other. You're gonna have to death loop like 100 times, right?
eliminate every last one of them within a single loop. Enough about structure though, how does Deathloop actually play? Well, from what I can see, Dishonored with guns is a pretty close approximation. Because time is a manual setting rather than a ticking clock, you have as long as you need to explore a level, and those levels look to contain immersive sim DNA extracted from the purest Deus Ex strain.
Oh, so wait, the day doesn't actually end?
Presentation.
Wait, I gotta hear him
Time
again.
is a manual setting rather
Time is a manual setting
than a ticking clock. You
rather than a ticking clock.
have as long as you need to explore a level.
So you have as long as you need to explore the level? Doesn't that defeat the purpose of trying to kill them before the day runs out?
And those levels look to contain immersive sim DNA
Or do they just come and kill you?
extracted from the purest Deus Ex strain. The presentation showed Colt looking through computer emails to learn more about a visionary, eavesdropping on NPCs to learn about new routes into the target's mansion, and breaking into a safe to obtain a piece of information that definitively identifies which person at the Updam party must be killed. Information looks to be vital. Not only does it help set your next objective, but it survives the time loop reset. For example, in the evening you may discover that a vital item is in a building that only opens during the daytime. That area may be currently locked, but now you know that to progress you must head there during the afternoon on a subsequent loop. This means the end of the time loop doesn't reset your progress, just your position in space and time. Deathloop has an emphasis on stylish, gun-heavy combat. A hands-off demo means it's impossible to judge right now if combat feels great, but the weapons certainly look to have weight. From auto pistol...
Yeah, I was gonna say that when watching the official gameplay trailer, it looks like the weapons have pack an impact.
Loaded with double...
They literally seem like they play like home
magazines
front.
to a belt-fed machine gun that's cranked with a giant handle. Arcane have put together...
And that looks like, if you know, Borderlands, it kind of looks like Ties That Bind, or not Ties That Bind, or maybe it is Ties That Bind, where you phase lock the enemy and then it grabs the other ones and then you kill the one and it kills the other.
Retro-looking blasters. For Dishonored purists, there is a silent snail gun, but I'm eager to play an immersive sim that truly supports frantic firefights over pacifist runs. This doesn't mean that Arcane has ditched its signature smarts though. Since Death will reset the time loop, you're going to have to play carefully. At least to begin with. Arcane promises Deathloop's trajectory will turn players into a super-powered John Wick, capable of dominating the loop. That means supernatural powers return from Dishonored, including the short-range teleport blink.
Wait, okay, so they are the makers of Dishonored, right?
Known here as Shift. As well as using your gun's powers and the environment to solve the time loop puzzle, you'll also have to be aware of Juliana, Colt's nemesis who can be controlled by another player. This PvP system appears to be much like Dark Souls Invasions, but Arcane are holding back on saying too much about Juliana right now. It does seem safe to say that she could provide Deathloop's tensest encounters though. The idea of a Hitman game where you jump into a level not to kill the target, but to discover how you can force them to move to a different location so that you can take them out at the same time as somebody else is undeniably attractive. But mixing that with Dishonored supernatural assassin gameplay and top-tier level design
She's controlled by another player?
makes Deathloop one of the most exciting propositions of the year. Folding all that into a time loop system though, even one that doesn't exert actual time pressure, also makes it potentially one of 2021's most complex games.
Yeah, it sounds complex. So it's a time loop, but it doesn't really enforce the time looping mechanic on you. It's just the time loop happens when you die
easily as it can to greatness, and
but the day is supposed to end.
So it remains to be seen if Deathloop can stand tall beneath the weight of its wild ambition. But if I were to trust any developer with such a task, it would be Arcane.
True.
For more, check out the full written preview on IGN.com.
So she's controlled by another player.
And for everything.
And he said, is it going to work like Dark
Dishonored
Souls?
supernatural assassin game to solve the time loop puzzle, you'll also have to be aware of Juliana, Colt's nemesis who can be controlled by another player. This PvP system appears to be much like Dark Souls Invasions.
Dark Souls Invasions.
But Arcane are holding...
Yeah, I feel like, okay, so it's going to be like, kind of like, I gotta make a Dying Light reference, the Night Hunter. They're gonna like what, invade your world, or they're just right off the bat the game connects you to another player that's online.
Back on saying too much about Juliana. Right?
Is someone playing Juliana and you're like, okay. See, that part's a bit confusing. Of course they haven't said too much about her right now, but like it's like, okay, so Juliana is going to be a player who beat the game, chooses to invade a player's walkthrough. Can you invade as Colt? I'm a bit confused there. What are these? I have these random like just random like cuts. You ever get random cuts? Maybe it's someone in a death loop. They're from my other death loops. I don't know. Okay. It's I don't know. It's very, very I don't know.
Right now. It does seem safe to say that she could provide Deathloop's tensest encounters though. The idea of a Hitman game where you jump into a level not to kill the target, but to discover how you can force them to move to a different location so that you can take them out at the same time as somebody else is undeniably attractive. But mixing that with Dishonored supernatural assassin...
Yeah, I just accidentally played that. I forgot I finished it.
And so it remains to be seen if Deathloop can stand tall beneath the weight of its wild ambition. But if I were to trust any developer with such a task, it would be Arcane.
It's already looking really
For more,
good.
check out the full
Maybe
written preview
when they
on
go,
IGN.com.
maybe when they go to... Whoops. Okay, I'm bleeding now. Nice, I did this during a reaction video. What reaction person does this? None of them. Okay. Well, what I will say is, while I'm doing this, nice. Okay, I can't. I don't think I can show that, right? It's blood. YouTube will trip. What I can say is, for honor. This is, yeah, this really seems ambitious. This seems really good. I can't wait to play. I'm kind of the loop mechanic, the time thing is a bit confusing. You know, like what they're trying to do with the, like, someone's gonna control Juliana. Is she not one of the psychopaths? Is she someone trying to break out the thing, the Deathloop 2? I guess we'll see. But anyways, thank you for watching. My name is Onako, and I will see you in the next one.